2. Are we rolling?
Are we rolling?
That's
Yeah. Well, what?
This is our new theme song.
Yeah. So that's Paul in the bathroom.
He's in the bathroom.
We asked him to. He's musically inclined.
Listen to that drumming.
His drumming is amazing.
Beatboxing.
I got some skills.
All right. Well, that's the precursor to our Dudes Like Us on Tuesday, January 26th.
Okay, the cackling or whatever it is in the background doesn't help.
Yes.
All right, well, that's what I came up with as a future pump up the crowd, kick off the podcast.
That pumped everyone up just right now.
Absolutely,
I'm
absolutely.
erect. I haven't even had a chance to drink to sample this.
Well, take a good sniff.
What is this? What are we drinking?
That's what I was about to pull up. I was going to discuss.
Where's the bottle?
I've got a picture of it, so we don't continue to
Took it
drink
away.
it.
What are you saying? We don't have any control?
No,
Correct.
we have none. You have none.
I didn't.
We're
now
trying
we
to
have
start.
to keep the bourbon bottles away from you.
Yeah, we're trying to start our collection, but we keep killing a bottle every Tuesday, so the collection is getting into our belly.
Yeah.
So anyway, we are drinking the Knob Creek small batch 9-year.
Very respectable bourbon.
Yes. 100 proof. Did you know Knob Creek is a Jim Beam?
Wow, I didn't know that.
Brand.
I did not know that.
It is. And I pulled up the mash bill because we're always interested in the mash bill. So it's the Knob Creek small batch 9-year bourbon. It was very good. It's about, I don't know, what was it, $30? $35?
Yeah.
It was under $30, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, I don't remember.
Anyway, it's tasty. The mash bill is 75% corn, 13% rye,
Wow.
and 12% malted barley.
Too much rye.
It's terrible. Sucks. No, but it's very good. Has a very good smell, odor. Has very good odor and flavor as well.
It's good. It's good stuff.
Smell a little brown sugar.
I like it.
Paul says he likes the caramel.
There's a lot of bourbons that have that description in its taste.
You know, I taste on the finish. I taste apple, green apple. I don't know if anyone else does. I do.
It's
Maybe I'm becoming more of a connoisseur.
It's got to be.
Or what do you call it, Paul?
A sommelier.
Yeah, there. Oh, Mark the time. He finally got it right.
Yeah, that's nice.
Whatever.
Sommelier.
Yes.
It does taste. I mean, when you don't like take a shot of it and you taste it, and these glasses. Talk about the glasses because I always say it wrong. Glencairn or.
That's how I think it said. It's Glencairn.
Of course, there's someone out there that's going to be contesting this.
Yeah.
Of course.
No, it's Glencairn.
And they're Scottish.
Yeah. I was like,
Glencairn?
Glencairn.
Why are you saying that?
Where's my golf ball? It's Glencairn, damn it.
Idiots.
Anyway, I got a set of 6 of these for Santa Claus brought them to me. And there's the official whiskey drink. Or, I'm sorry, glass.
Nice.
And we talked about it last time on the last show. There's slightly...
Well, you mentioned the apple, and I kind of taste some fruit. And it's like a green apple.
It's Granny Smith.
Yeah.
That's what I taste. What do you taste, Paul? Besides butthole.
I told you my taste is still a little off right now.
Paul's experiencing post-COVID.
I am.
Side effects.
I am recovered, but my sinuses have not quite recovered.
So the sinuses are out. Your butt's still producing that oil, as you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, that's really odd. I had not got through that. That was a strange symptom.
I haven't heard that symptom until you had mentioned it.
You know, they make fake vanilla out of it.
We're talking about beaver
beaver
Yeah.
beaver ass
Beaver
juice.
anus secretions.
Beaver ass juice. Yes, I would never have believed it
I
if
know,
I
it's
didn't
a
read
true,
it myself.
It's a true story.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
son, the oldest one, sent a text, or maybe it was an article. I don't know. It said artificial vanilla is made out of beaver anus juice.
Secretions.
Wasn't quite phrased that way, but almost.
Yeah,
And Sean and I did a deep dive, going, no, that can't be right.
it is. It's absolutely true.
So that fake vanilla flavor that you get in candies and stuff is actually beaver ass juice.
There you go. I wish they would just put that on the bottle. Beaver ass
It's
juice.
called BAJ Badge.
Yeah. Nice.
So yeah, it's a very good bourbon, and we're going to kind of segue into a new section that I believe Sean came up with. Shit that bugs me, or what'd you call it?
Oh, you know what grinds my gears?
I like chaps my
Yeah.
ass, but we can go with either.
Chaps my. I don't give a shit. You know what fucking bothers me?
There you go.
There you go.
I like that one.
There you go.
All right. All right. We all have to give our things that bother me.
Well, Sean, this is the inaugural session, so you came up with.
I'm talking more like things that bug me. Like I'll give you an example. Like I made a post before about things that bug me. You go to a Mexican restaurant, and I was like, ordered some chips and salsa and some queso. And the chips and salsa, of course, they come by the table and bring it right out there. You got a table full of 6 people in my family, and one of them eats. Oh, I eat too. I mean, we just start pounding down those damn chips,
It's a competition.
and then we're finished with the chips.
It is.
And this,
Because the little tiny shitty pieces are at the bottom, so
Yeah.
everybody's
yeah,
scrambling to grab the big ones, right?
yeah, man, I don't know what the deal is, man. It's like the restaurant's busy, and they got 15,000 waiters running around with boxes of these things of baskets of chips, and then one brings by this piping hot bowl of queso. It sits on the table. It says white queso, and I'm like, that bowl is empty of chips now. That's what really grinds my gears.
Because you couldn't.
They
control
fucking
yourself.
make me wait. No, it's
This-
not that. It's
this-
not a matter of me controlling myself.
Yes,
It's the fact that they don't have the lack of attention to detail when it comes to my needs. How dare them bring out a fucking bowl of queso without a bowl of chips? Sorry, man.
Okay, first off, that's not the way it works. They bring you the salsa and the chips, and they put it down, and then they say, would you like any queso or something, something, something? And then they go off to take that order. They didn't even take the order. They just put that stuff down, and then you stuffed your face full of chips.
Absolutely torture waiting for those
Well,
extra
that's on you.
Then
If
you're
you-
kind of like, hey, can you bring it up? And they're talking to each other in Spanish. They're like, hey, the fat bastard over there just got done chowing down on all 3 of the bowls of chips we sat on that table.
and you don't think it's a self-control issue.
No.
Well, you have to compete.
Of
You have to
course not.
compete with the kids because you're like, if they take one, I have to take one. So every time they do it, you have to take one. So to follow up on that, what chaps my hide is when they bring the bowl of chips out, and like you said earlier, it's just a bunch of crumbs.
Yeah, it's all like these
And you're just like-
shitty little pieces.
What am I gonna do with this?
Right.
Like scoop my fingers through the salsa, trying to get some good flavor on there.
Well, it's the same thing at my house. If we have bags of chips, they
What are you doing, Sean?
he's stealing my pad of
I
paper.
need the pads.
But
Yeah.
at my house, like when it gets down to like the medium-sized chips, the boys move on to the next bag. I mean, they don't throw it away. So then I go into the pantry, and I'm just like my father, where you waste nothing, right? And I look to see, and there's 4 bags of chips. 3 of them are, wound so tight that it's
Right.
all the little shitty chips,
It's basically chip dust.
chip dust. And so what do? I take all 3 bags and combine them, because I'm my father.
Then you have to get a spoon and eat it.
I mean, and yeah. So then I pour the whole thing onto my plate, and I sit there and I I grab it like with my fingertips. That's absolutely what I do every time. But
Right.
my sons somehow didn't get that at all. They look at the bag and go, "Oh yeah, new bag," and
They're-
they open up another bag.
They're chip spoiled.
Yeah, they are. I mean, what the hell? How
What
much
you
of
need
that?
to do is when you buy a new one, is crinkle them and say, "There you go," before it's even open.
Yeah,
See what they do.
they wouldn't eat
They'd
it.
open it and go,
Yeah.
"Yeah,
They'd go to the store and get another bag.
well, that's,
Oh yeah,
that's on
please. They'd never do that.
Dad, you're buying all the broken chips. What am I supposed to do? Eat them.
But you know how they always say you do whatever your parents do, like as a son always does exactly what his father does, and then when he's a grown man, he's saying the same stuff to his kids. Is that still does that still inevitably happen? Because I couldn't be polar opposites from
I don't think
two,
so.
two of my three sons are nothing like me.
I don't think so.
I think it's things that they acquire or things that it's been instilled in them, and it's a matter of time when it comes out. It may not come out in front of you. So you say that. I mean, I shared with you a moment that I saw about your other son, one of your sons. You know, so
I get it.
So I think,
Yeah, but that's mannerisms. I'm talking about like actions, like
I'm
not
thinking-
wasting stuff or
I think that's
being considerate about this or that.
Well, I think
or,
not wasting stuff is a sign of the times, and the kids, it's a time of excess right now.
Is that it? I mean,
I think everything's disposable. Everything's. I can just go get another one.
yeah.
Back in the day, you would buy something, and you're like, it's not as easily replaceable.
Yeah. And you expect, well, that's the thing. You expected to take care of it.
Yeah,
I mean, there's stuff nowadays, yeah, it's built to be, it's disposable, like
they
you
get a
said.
new phone every 2 years.
But damn, take care of it. I mean, multiple times they've been like, yeah, I broke my TV. Sorry, Dad. I'm like, what do you mean you broke your TV? Oh, it fell off the end of the bed.
Like, well, then you don't have a TV.
Well, yeah, kind of. But I mean, the TVs are now like, $80 for a 20-inch.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, so, what are you going to do? Dad, can you give me another TV? Yeah, I mean, you could be a total hard ass and say,
I'm a total hard ass.
yeah,
I am.
I'm in between. Sometimes I'm a hard ass. Sometimes I mean, if it really chaps my ass, I dig in, and then their eyes get big.
Right.
They're like, what are you talking about? You're not going to do that? No, I'm not.
No, if you want it, you can make money and you can go do it yourself.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's the age old deal.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I do. But the things that chap my hide, we need to come up with a good name of that.
Chaps my ass.
Just chap taint.
Things that chap my ass.
how does the TV fall off the bed?
I don't know what they're doing. I mean, maybe it's on the nightstand next to the bed and they pull the cord. I don't know what the hell they do. I mean, but these things are like, they're not like rock solid. I mean, they teeter on a little flimsy plastic little stand, but still.
That TV's never fallen over.
Well, because it's got,
No,
I put
because it's not on the bed.
well, no, because I put the stand on,
We're not
and the
teenage
stand on
boys.
is very, very well installed.
Did you solder it?
Soldered it. Come to think of that, I have those lights that you put under your cabinets in the kitchen, and the wire.
I thought it meant bar. Sorry.
No, in the kitchen, and the wires fell off, so it needs to be resoldered. I don't have a soldering iron.
I used to, I think.
I do. I've got several.
I
Do
think
you?
I had one, and I believe.
God, I smell a lot of vanilla and caramel in this bourbon. I'm sorry. Continue.
That's all
Yeah,
right.
it's tasty.
So can you come over and solder my lights so that my under cabinet lights work?
Your
if you need it.
undercarriage.
If you need it, you want me to jostle your undercarriage and solder some stuff?
Is that what you guys call it these days? Come
I'm
and
a little-
solder my stuff.
What are we talking about?
Your under
Your
cabinet
undercarriage.
lights, that's that low voltage stuff, right?
Yeah. Anyway, we kind of got off track there. All right, what chaps my ass? This is going to sound stupid, but it really, really chaps my ass. Every single time I pull a section of paper towels, it rips the corner off. You know what I'm talking about? The bottom corner.
Oh,
It
so when you're
never-
like yanking, it doesn't pull the full
It
sheet.
never tears like a solid sheet down the whole dotted line all the way to the bottom. It always tears at the bottom corner. It just crawls all over me.
So they have like 90% of a piece.
It just bugs the shit out of me. And that's a stupid one, but it really does. It makes me like, dude, really? Seriously? You gonna care about that? But I do.
One thing that bugs me that I think it's a personality thing. I'm going to lean on the whole paper thing. The correct way to put the toilet paper back on the roll.
What do they?
Mine.
What do they say? That there's two terms. You are a outer or inner or something.
I don't know.
You're talking about whether
The
it
toilet
rolls.
pa-
Yeah.
it rolls out front or rolls out back.
Yes.
I'm in the boat that it has to be up front.
Me too.
And
And I change it every single
Yeah.
time.
Yep.
And my wife has never made a comment. I don't know if she has ever noticed.
Bugs me.
My entire marriage,
Wow.
every single time she puts it on backwards, I fix it immediately.
Yep. Same here.
And she has never said, "Oh, there you go again," or I've been waiting for her to go, "Why do you do that every time?" She has never said a word.
She probably doesn't even notice.
She doesn't even notice.
Doesn't care. But I saw something. I saw a picture where they said the patent or something for the either it was the toilet holder or the toilet or the tissue. The very first picture of it showed it over the front. So people are yeah, that picture right there. See? Beards are cool, mullets are bad.
That's good.
Yeah, see?
I like that.
Yeah. That's a good picture right there. What are you doing there? Looks like you have something
Yep.
open.
That's a legit one.
Yeah, so that bugs me. I like that one. That one there is kind of funny. Kind of just jammed in there. I've seen those as well. But that's one of those that I think there's a clear line. Some people want it in the back. Some people like it.
They do.
Yeah, they do.
They want it in the back.
Yeah.
Hey now.
Yeah. Seriously.
We're back to
So the other thing we do is just it runs out of toilet paper.
That's what really grinds my gears.
Oh, I'm sure it does. But it just runs out. It runs out altogether, and then it sits there with an empty roll.
Yeah.
And then the toilet paper is like, stacked up next to it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's another one.
Oh, yeah, it's all the time. All
Yep.
the time.
We got rid of the wall dispensers. The little wall mounts.
Yeah.
We always knock them off.
Oh yeah.
What are you doing in there?
They're set at an inconvenient place, like right
Right at the
regardless where the
knee.
side of the wall is. It's right by that knee.
Yeah.
And so you like whack, and it's like, man. Yeah. So they get
Yeah. When I installed
tracked
the new
around.
one down in the powder bath when we redid that, I put it up higher and a little more out front, and it's perfect. I'm bigger than my wife, taller than my wife, so my knees are higher and everything. And
Right.
she's like, "Why is it so high?" I was like, "So I'm not banging into it." She's like, "Oh." It never bothered her because she's so small.
She has to stand up to pull the toilet
Yeah,
paper off the roll.
she has to jump up to get it. Yeah,
Jump. Can you help me here?
yeah. So I purposely reinstalled the one. Oh God, the tape. That'd be terrible.
God, duct tape.
I
We're looking at pictures of
Well,
toilet
that-
paper rolls,
That'd be an
and
interesting
one of
one.
them is a
What is that? Go scroll down. Scroll down. What is that? Down. A little bit more. A little bit more. More. More.
a gun.
One more. Right there. What is that? The one in the very center of the screen. No,
That's a
not
spider.
Reasons to
above that. Right
Oh.
there. What?
Oh, that's a finger.
the
Oh.
toilet paper holder.
So there's a hand with the middle finger up, and I thought someone sat on it, but no, they
you,
actually set the toilet paper on
you
there.
could if you wanted to, I guess.
Well, if you have an itch.
I find it amazing that all these people have created these interesting toilet paper holders.
I mean, the reality is, if you want to customize your house to be like as cool or eccentric or eclectic or whatever the word is, I mean, you can find just about anything you can imagine for any possible purpose, right? That's cool. I've never even seen these customized different toilet paper roll holders. Kind of cool.
Although I did see the one that has the beverage holder. Did you see that one? So close that out of that.
Well, I think some things that
Beer
need,
holder and a
yes,
wine glass holder.
I think those are fantastic additions to
There you go.
not just the toilet paper dispense program, but just the overall general bathroom. I think that they need to have a little arm where you take your phone and you're able to set it on there.
Well, they had those.
Maybe some
Mm.
induction charging at the same time.
Well, they had that.
Yeah.
They had pictures of it.
There you go.
I
It's a
think
good
they
idea.
They should have like a little cabinet with some snacks.
How long you plan on spending in there?
Well, I don't know. Sean sets up basically a movie theater whenever he goes in to take a
Oh
crap.
my God, that's just wrong.
Looks like after the concert we went to, and he took a dump there at the Holiday Inn. He had like essentially surround sound and full
God.
screen TV in there with him.
Nice. All right, now we're looking at custom toilets. All right. Well, let's move on to the next thing that chaps our ass.
Is that a camel toilet? That is interesting.
I don't know. Like I said, you can
That looks. I would not sit on that.
no.
I don't know if we're ready for this, but I mean, I'll tell you what really bugs me are these toll roads.
Toll
Well,
roads.
Well, we're surrounded here where we are. We're surrounded by toll roads.
Just the fact that you can't get anywhere in your own town without having to pay for it.
Correct.
Yeah, and look, don't get me wrong. I don't mind paying a toll. I don't mind doing my part and take care of the infrastructure. But there comes a time or a point where you're kind of like, all right, well, it's fucking paid for.
Well, there's supposed to be a purpose to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be to make money.
Well, that's just like the North Texas Toll Commission or Toll Association.
NTTA, the
North
North
Texas
Texas Tollway Association.
Toll
Yeah.
Association.
So they basically they're like, yeah, we're still making it, but that money's going to fund other things like the upkeep and maintaining of the roads, and and I don't disagree with that either. I'm just thinking, all right, well, once you reach a certain point where the road is completed in that section,
Yeah.
I think the toll should drop in that section.
Well, the Dallas North Tollway has been there for what, 30 years, 40 years.
It's been. Oh, I don't know when I first started. It was here when I moved here almost 30 years ago. It was already here.
Yeah, I've been here since '94.
I was here in '93, and they were already here. And it only went so far. It
Yeah, they've extended it
They've
multiple times
yeah,
since
they've
I was
extended
here.
it, but it was in place. That's when they used to still have toll booths, and you had
But
to
you know, I
stop.
mean, all that stuff is supposed to be audited, and like there's a board, a finance board, and I mean,
It's all
what the hell?
hogwash. It's all hogwash.
is it a racket? I mean, these people are just padding
That's
their
just
pockets.
it. You don't know. It's kind of like the
I mean,
it's
there's
kind of like the Dominion voting machines. You're trusting that they're doing it right.
Yeah, I don't trust those at all. But
So-
you know what? COVID. I wonder what COVID did to the tolls because
I'm sure it hurt. It hurt everything else.
big time. Because it probably dropped by 70%.
Probably. Have you noticed? Have they increased the tolls because of that to try to make up lost revenue?
I don't know. No, whoever looks at it, right? It automatically it gets sucked out of your onto your credit card.
Well, I know, but you look on the
And
thing.
it's,
It says
it's
this
in
exit-
increments of 40 or
Well,
80.
You know
So
what?
you never know.
You brought up an interesting point a couple weeks ago. You're saying that they charged you anyways. and you
Yeah,
hadn't
dude,
been
I haven't been on the toll road for well, I guess that's not true. I guess I do take it to like go to lunches or something, but damn. I mean, yeah, I mean usually it only pulls if you're running low.
Yeah, you get to a certain dollar amount, it adds.
Right. And then boom, I got
another-
hit with an $80 like toll tag,
But you're not-
renewal.
You're not certain if that was one of your kids driving.
Well, I don't think they're on tolls in College Station or whatever, but I guess
But that sticker is good on basically every toll road in
yeah,
Texas.
I know.
So if they go on road trips
I mean, the point is
down in Houston,
the point is I need to be looking at it. I need to get on NTTA. I need to put in my toll tag number. I need to be looking at what it's charging me. I mean, because it's blind trust, man.
well, I did.
How often do we have that blind trust about a lot of things?
Yeah.
I mean, do you guys check every single charge of your credit card?
No, and it's
We
I'm
do.
s-
My wife does.
Every single charge.
She'll pull it up, and she'll look, and she'll ask me. She goes, "What's this?"
Okay, well, I
What's
can
that?
understand. I mean, I do that for things that are like $30 charges, $40 charges. I don't even worry about it.
No, my wife asks me all that. She looks at it all the time.
Well, I mean, but if something does,
It's just like
pop
keeping your
out,
checkbook. It's just
Yeah,
like
I
keeping your
know.
checkbook.
I
You
get it.
gotta. I mean, it takes if you do it every other day. You just look. Oh, those are all good.
Right.
I remember that, and that's what she does. She just
I
looks
get
at it.
I get it.
Then when she sees something that maybe I did, right, that she wasn't aware of, I went out to lunch
Yeah.
and she goes, and it comes up, it always comes up weird.
Hooters. Who went to Hooters?
Some, like the parent company will come up, right? On
Wings.
Preston, you're like,
Wings USA.
yeah, what is that? And I was like, and I'll try to remember, and I was like, oh, this was this or something
dudes like
that.
us
Yeah.
sit and spin convention.
Did
Yeah.
you guys know that story about when Hooters first opened in Frisco?
They called it Wings,
Yeah, well, I mean, the parent company is something like that, Wings USA or something like that.
right?
And so the Frisco City Council did not know that it was a Hooters. They did not know. They just thought it was like this,
Wing bar.
wing restaurant.
They wouldn't give them a liquor license.
That's
or
exactly
something,
right. They denied them a liquor license,
Once they found out,
right? And so
They gave away free beer. I
free
think.
beer.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, but this was the funny part. Like I didn't know about all that drama going on because I don't go to Hooters, but whatever. And so I'm driving down the road on Preston, and I look up, and there's a one of those airplanes with a big banner, and it's orange, and all it says is "We have it." Right, and I'm thinking, what is this all about?
They got their liquor license.
And it didn't say Hooters. It didn't say, it was an orange banner because it's an orange restaurant, right? And it says "We have it." And I was like, so I did a little bit of digging. It didn't take long to figure out what that backstory was.
Right.
So, anyways, interesting. I mean,
I gotta tell you, I'm not impressed with Hooters.
I never have been.
I think the food. I think if you want to support your being fat, it's
entirely unhealthy.
if
Of
you want to
course.
go
Well, they
there
all
like
are.
once every. I mean, I think I go there maybe once or twice a year.
Right.
Yeah, we'd go when the boys were still here. They loved the chicken wings, so we would go probably once a quarter, maybe.
Yeah.
And my wife would go, and she doesn't like the buffalo wing. She doesn't like spicy, so she'd get a salad or something like that.
So she doesn't have any issue with the whole, skimpy
No.
waitresses and all that. See, my wife.
It's not as skimpy as it used to be.
See, my wife hates restaurants.
And
That's what
it's
those
not,
are, right?
It's
Restaurants.
not as
She hates them.
it's not as skimpy as the real world now. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, shit. That used to be like people don't dress like that.
Yeah, now it's
No,
now
but you're
it's
not gonna. Come on, Twin Peaks or Tilted Kilt or Tilted. What is it?
killed.
Tilted Kilt. Yeah,
Yeah.
Tilted Kilt, or there's another one over there. What they're wearing, you're not gonna find that. People aren't wearing that stuff.
No, but Hooters, yeah, they're short shorts and a tight shirt, but it's
It's not as bad as
it's
the other
not as
ones, I
bad as it
guess.
seems to as it used to be when it first came out. You're just like, oh my god,
Oh, my wife.
her vagina's hanging
My
out.
wife is. Wow. Where'd
Yeah.
you go?
It's called flappers.
Oh, wow.
The hell,
Wow.
man?
That's pretty skimpy. If that's
Yeah.
hanging out.
Jeff wins.
Wow, that was
Yeah.
that was a
Yeah.
little over the top.
So no,
there.
I mean, like I said, we don't really go anymore because the kids are gone. But I stopped getting the chicken wings because every time I'd get them, I'd feel like I was going to explode. I was like, I
Yeah.
can't eat this crap anymore.
There are some guys that get so wrapped up in that stuff, though. Wrapped up in like, the a waitress there. I used to
Oh,
work. I
yeah.
worked with this guy. Yes, I worked with this guy. That he would go there every single day for lunch, and it would be the same girl, and she would write on the receipts like a little heart.
Little heart.
Yeah, and she'd be like,
Excuse
so
me.
so good to see you. Hope I see you soon. All this kind of stuff. Well, this guy's a dumbass. He obviously had a thing for her, right?
Right.
Had some sort of fantasy that he was going to run off with the Hooters girl. Well,
Was he single?
no.
Oh, so he was
Yeah.
married.
So check this. So his
Yeah.
wife goes into his truck and opens up the glove box, and it's stuffed full of every single receipt from Hooters, and he eats
Really?
there every single day, and sometimes for dinner. He's keeping them because they were all like important to him. All the little hearts and
Yeesh.
I know, right? And so she found this wad, like the glove box stuffed full of these receipts, and she was like, "What? WTF?"
Right.
And I don't know. I think it did lead to their divorce. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but he's creepy. I mean, anyway. But my point is, that's what these guys do.
Yeah.
They get all wrapped up in this, and they
Well, it's just-
try to convince a waitress that they need to run off with them. And I don't
Well,
know.
it's just like
Come
these
on.
guys that go
For
to
real.
the strip joint sometimes who
Right.
think this girl really likes me. No,
Right.
she likes the money in your pocket.
Right.
As soon as that
That's all
runs
they
out,
want.
she's gonna like the guy next to you because he has money.
That's right.
They play a good game, and the waitress at Hooters or wherever this restaurant is, they know how to work it to make the tip.
Bitches ain't shit but
Right.
hoes and chicks.
Just like how the strippers know how to work it to get the biggest tip.
Yeah. I get
And I
it.
have no problem with that. You go in there, but
They know how to work
they
it,
know how to work it, and you have to. And as a patron,
and it's all a game. And
Yeah.
but there are some guys that don't get it.
no,
Like they don't see that, or
No.
they're so miserable in their own lives, or they're so lonely. I mean, really, loneliness is probably a big part of it.
she's paying attention to me.
Right.
Wow, look at
A
this.
hot girl.
Yeah.
Look at this huge sack.
Yeah, it's
just-
got cherry tomatoes and grapes and carrots and blueberries.
Nice.
I got just about every color you can think of in there.
Oh, you've got blueberries. Man, that's
Yeah.
It's kind of the reddish orange. I don't see any greens or
Oh
yellows. or,
shit! What would that be? Green apples?
blueberries are kind of soft.
What would you put in there that's green?
celery.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
guess celery would work.
There's some sliced up green pepper.
Some green.
I'm
some
not a big
green
fan of
grapes.
eating raw green peppers.
I like the little sweet peppers that you could buy, the yellow and orange and red ones.
Are they usually in like a
Little bag.
I thought it was a jar, like
No,
a
little
like
bag like this.
submerged in some sort of water or something.
Kind of a juice. No, they're fresh, and they're peppers, but the green pepper can be very strong. I think flavor wise.
Yeah.
But these are really good. They're sweet.
Well, red and orange peppers
they're
are good
tasty.
raw. I like those raw.
Yeah.
Well, don't forget, I brought a 12-pack of Modelo
Modelo Negra. Yes.
Negro.
Excuse me.
How do you pronounce that?
Negra.
Negro.
Negra.
Negro.
It sounds like that's be phonetically wrong.
It's Negra, isn't it? Isn't there an A or is there an O at the end?
It's N-E. Oh, is it Negra?
I don't know. Modelo.
Negro Modelo.
Look it up.
It's just not a hard R. I know that.
What? What?
What? Oh, it's a what? What'd you say?
Good God, man.
I like
Hey,
their commercials.
Mr. Producer.
I like the
can you
song
pull
they
up
play in
Negro
those
Modelo?
commercials. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Oh,
Might have
look,
to timestamp.
He went straight for the word.
Negro. Yeah, it is.
Hard R.
It's Negro Modelo.
Yeah, you're correct.
Of course it is. What are you talking about? Why are we even having this debate? Yes, of course it's Negro Modelo. Negro Modelo.
Huh. Interesting.
I don't know. I like it too. It's a tasty beer. I like the.
That's Modelo Negro.
See, Negra.
Yeah, Modelo Negra.
I was freaking
Negra.
right. See,
Negra. Well, hold on. They say it both ways. Look right there. Top one, Modelo Negra, and then Negro Modelo.
but it has an A
They
on
can't.
both of them instead of an O.
Yeah, so it's a.
Well, I think they're two different beers.
Oh,
They're two different beers, man.
No,
Yes, they are.
no.
Look at the bottle.
now there's Modelo regular, and then there's Negro Modelo.
Well, the
Negro Modelo.
second one down is the beer advocates. They just typed it in wrong.
Yeah,
I
That's
don't
all
think
it is.
so.
So you go to the actual Modelo website. It's Modelo Negra.
All right. So,
Negra.
anyways, I brought a 12-pack of that,
Okay.
and I just want to let you know I brought a 12-pack of that. So we'll be shifting gears into the Negro Modelo.
You know what I'm sick
I'll
of
have
seeing?
one of those.
One thing that chaps my hide is all that Facebook shit. Verify age via Facebook.
They have to.
Yeah.
It's the law.
No, I understand
Yeah.
that, but it's the Facebook aspect
It's
of it.
It's tying all that shit together so they can have more data, more data.
Yes.
more
The
data.
verify age in Facebook. Oh, it's the fact that they have our data. And stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I got you.
And
Dude, on the heels of the whole censorship and all that kind of stuff, dude, it's not. They could censor anything they want now. They know everything about you.
Mhm.
They can boot you off of this for being for knowing certain aspects of your.
Well, it's going to turn on them. I think.
You think it will?
I think.
I mean, they
well,
have a.
it
They have,
should.
I think they have a corner on this shit, man, and I think most people don't care.
I care, and I think I think after this election and what they did what Twitter did, blocking Trump, I think.
And a ton of conservatives.
Did you hear what they just did today?
No.
That Mike Lindell, they permanently banned him.
Who is
The
Mike?
My Pillow guy.
Oh
who's
my
a very
God.
big,
Give me a break.
He's a conservative and
I
he's
know.
outspoken. He's a
And
Trump
he was
supporter.
also touting the fraudulent election.
So yeah, so they permanently banned him today, and they're trying to. So the Twitter mob is trying to basically put his company out of business.
Yeah, I know. And I say bring it. What happened to Goya when they tried to do Goya? What happened when they tried to boycott Chick-fil-A?
Oh, I know.
Fucking bring it, man. You bullshit. You got 40%, 35% of the
Yeah, but
people
the
who
difference-
don't have anywhere near the money.
The difference between the Chick-fil-A and Mongolia is that now Facebook and Twitter have these new logarithms where they can detect them faster and yank it. So we won't be able to campaign for this pillow because I haven't heard that.
I heard it today on the radio.
I knew it was coming. I read the writing on the wall.
So-
on that one.
And the guy was getting interviewed on what I can't remember what program it was, and he's like, yeah, sales are up dramatically.
Absolutely. That's what happened to Goya.
Yeah,
I mean, it's going to make my pillow go through the roof.
yeah, it's making me think about because I need a new pillow, so I'm gonna think about.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna go look at it.
Well,
Do-
now
do-
they're going to probably cut his website.
Oh yeah, I'm sure Amazon's gonna make him go to another website or something. I don't know. The censorship is out of control, man.
It's I did see there was one comment where they're like giving the the Republicans a hard time because they're making these claims where, well, the Democrats are trying to, what is the word when you get rid of insects? Exterminate. We're trying to exterminate the Republicans, and they are.
Conservatives, yeah.
It's a bona fide statement.
Yeah. So I have no idea how we got there.
Which part?
Goya.
No, I can't remember. We were started with toll roads, and we ended up on My Pillow.
My pillow. Well, that's why the show it goes. You know.
Yeah. So Sean, what kind of beer you drinking there?
Paul brought a variety pack, and I was digging up. Ooh, look at that! I was digging up the whole.
The Trump.
Oh, he's a huge.
It's a deep LMIPA.
He's a huge Trump supporter.
I know, but the picture is kind
I
of
know
funny.
he's holding Trumps.
It's kinda
So that
funny.
was not a variety pack. That was I was trying to pull together
What I meant was
6 beers.
You created a variety pack that you brought over.
Yes, I pulled the 6 beers I had in my fridge, and they were a bunch of
Excuse me.
miscellaneous shit.
Including a natural light.
Yeah.
Well, my
that's-
dad will get a kick out of that. I'd tell you, there was a time where that's all I could afford, and natural light being in the fridge, my dad would come over and make fun of me. He'd be like, "Hey, what the hell is this?" Natural light.
What was the first beer that your dad let you try?
My dad didn't drink beer,
Yeah.
so he never gave me. He drank wine.
Really?
Yeah. He never drank beer.
But did he let you try wine?
No, not really.
Yeah, my dad didn't either.
No.
He
Really?
found out I drank. No, he didn't.
No.
He didn't. I mean, I'd moved out before I started. My dad never let us drink. I came home drunk a couple times, and he kind of let it go. And but it's never like we had beer at the house, and he was like, "Hey, you want one? Go ahead and get one." None of that.
Yeah, same. We never had beer in the fridge ever.
Yeah.
We'd have a lot of money, so they'd get a glass of wine on the weekend maybe, or a bottle of wine, or a box of wine.
They had boxes back then.
Yeah,
Sure.
I can't remember who makes it, but yeah, the box of
Franzia.
Franzia. So they'd get that, and I never snuck it. I don't want to face the wrath for one thing,
Yeah.
right?
I
What,
never.
when you say that, what kind of wrath did your father do? Was he abusive?
No, not at all.
Just
I
a
think
he
verbal
was just
assault?
stern.
No, it's not verbal at all. It was just I think the thought of disappointment.
Yeah.
Was kept me away from it. Right.
Yeah.
He
Good for
never
you.
he was not verbally abusive, physically, anything like that. I got spanked maybe once growing up,
Yeah.
but it was I get grounded. I got grounded a lot.
So basically, it was
I'd
just
be
out
grounded
of respect you wouldn't do things.
correct.
I think that's good.
It was out of respect, and the didn't want to just disappoint him. And like I said, I'd get grounded, and it wouldn't be like for a day. It'd be for a month.
See, that's over the top. It makes no sense to be grounded for a month.
No, it worked for me.
Yeah, but look at you.
I know.
I mean, you're very quirky.
I'd rather deal with that than.
What? I'm just kidding. God,
Yeah.
God, I got to eat shit and dialogue from Sean over here.
Well, I was just like quirky.
Yeah,
Started
you-
thinking about that dude from some show, Wonder Years. Oblati, oblata, life goes on.
That's a Beatles song.
Benny Hill.
No, I was talking about what was the little the retarded or I'm sorry,
Oh.
the special needs. What is it called?
I have no idea.
What is that called? I can't even think. What's it's not retarded. What is the new thing? What's it called?
Sean.
Ah,
I don't know. What are you talking
Special
about?
needs, impaired. Impaired.
no, when you're retarded, what is that called? I got a complete brain fart now.
Mentally impaired.
Oh, fuck.
Special needs. Is it derogatory? Is it
What is it called? What's the official word? Like midgets, they're called little people. So what is the retarded? What are the retarded people called now?
now?
Yeah. It's
Oh,
what's
they're challenged.
The politically correct word.
Yeah, they're
No.
mentally challenged.
No, because there's all kinds of mentally challenged people. If you want to get specific about that, what is the retardation called?
I have no idea.
I know. You're making it sound like we should know this is like on the tip of our tongues, but I mean,
Well, I mean, if you see a kid that's got, what is it called?
special needs.
No, Down syndrome.
Okay,
That's a
that is
form.
a very particular.
Is it?
Yes, that's a very
Yes.
particular
Okay.
form of mental
So-
retardation.
Oh, so you said it too. So
What? But I didn't call him a retard.
I
Yeah,
didn't
there's,
s-
there's a
I
difference.
said
Yeah.
retarded.
Oh, he's one of those retards.
I did not. So mental retardation. That's what it is.
That's what they used to call it.
All that means is slow. When you retard
It
something, you're
mean-
trying to
it-
slow
they
down.
They had developmental issues, yes, to where their brain is not.
But they're specific issues. I mean, because you can have Tourette syndrome. That's considered a mental issue.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
So I mean, if to get
A br-
specific
a
about
brain
it,
issue, I guess, of some
Yeah.
sort.
Well, there's certain types of mental retardation, and Down syndrome is one of them.
It is one of them.
Of
So-
many.
many. So there are many mental retardations.
Correct.
Things.
Sure. Different
yeah.
classes, or not classes, but different types,
Sure.
right?
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the more you know. I'm just,
Yeah. You you want to be able to just call out different types of.
I think it's stupid that, I mean, if midget, if little people get offended by, do they get offended first of all?
I would imagine so.
I think the woke crowd gets offended for them.
Of course.
But that's retarded. I mean,
There you go again.
but that's stupid. And that's just it. If I say that's retarded, I'm not calling them mentally challenged. I'm
and
just saying
that's been the
that's-
thing I've
that's-
always struggled with. I mean, yeah, it, it's just a term. It's like saying, yeah, that's shitty. Well, I mean, you're not saying it's covered in shit. You're just saying it's not cool,
Right.
yeah.
right? And when you say that's retarded, you're saying it doesn't make sense. Absolutely in no way, shape, or form is it meant to be insulting to somebody who's mentally or physically challenged.
Or just like if you say that's gay,
Right.
I don't mean that it's homosexual.
Yeah, like the golfer who called himself with a ball a fag. Did you hear about that?
No.
Oh, they're tearing him up. He's losing sponsors and all sorts of stuff.
Who?
He had like a 1 foot putt and he missed it. And he muttered under his breath because they have these microphones that are like a freaking pointed right at you.
Parabolic microphone.
Yeah, exactly. And he missed it and he goes, fag. Under his breath.
So he called himself
He
that.
called himself or the ball a fag. And he had to he got blown up and he was having to apologize. It was so.
I would never
I know.
apologize.
I know. He was like, it was so insensitive, and I'm fully supportive of, and I'm sure the gay community. I'm sure gay men that are like golf fans were like, shut the fuck up. Who cares?
Louis. There's a
He
comedian
meant
called,
no disrespect to a gay man.
His name is Louis the comedian. Has a comedy set where he talks about how he calls someone a faggot, and he's not calling them gay or disrespecting the gay people.
Right.
He's just like, stop
get it.
being a faggot. Stop being, don't be.
Yeah. Stop being exactly.
big whiny little faggot.
I just hate. I hate that we've gotten to a point in our society where everything you say
Well, I choose to resist.
is assumed to be a direct slight or something deliberately offensive to some portion of the society that consider that word offensive. It's bullshit, man.
Yeah, because basically you can't speak. You have to really watch your words these days,
Absolutely.
and it is frustrating.
Well,
Yeah.
on a professional platform,
Things that chap my
it's-
hide, that grind me,
grind my gears.
grind my gears,
Uh,
jabberjaw.
yeah, see?
God.
So let's get back on the Hanna-Barbera cartoons because I
No.
know
No, yeah,
Paul
that's good.
really liked it.
No.
Whoa.
Captain David.
Heavens to Murgatroyd.
Even.
Yeah, so getting back to the first beer, again, I never drank with my dad, or I have now, but growing up, never shared a beer, really any wine or anything like that. The first beer I had was at a party, high school party, and my first beer, I distinctly remember this. It was Little King's Cream Ale.
The hell?
They come in green bottles.
Cream ale.
Cream Ale.
That sounds gay.
Little King's
There you
Cream
go.
Ale. They came in 7-ounce bottles, or 7.5-ounce bottles.
Out of all the beers that are available to a young crowd
7-ounce
at
bottle
a
of
high school
cream
party,
ale.
Yes.
why would that be there?
That's
Was it super cheap?
It was super cheap, and this
but,
was up in Cincinnati.
pull
Hi-
it up.
Is
Cream
it
ale,
local?
7-ounce
That a
bottles.
local beer?
you can find it down here. It's at Total Wine. Little King's Cream Ale, and it's a green
You're saying
bottle.
cream, not green.
Cream.
Cream. Okay.
Cream. Little King's Cream Ale.
Little creams.
Little creams.
Cream
Oh,
Ale.
look at that little creamer.
There you go.
Why are you looking at little? Oh,
Ah, don't.
So click on the images there.
Don't.
Little green bottle.
Oh God. Jeffrey Epstein episode.
There it is right there.
They bad little 7-ounce bottles of that stuff.
Yeah, well, they used to. I don't know if they still do, but you could buy like I don't know, it was a case of them.
Was it any good?
I hated it, but it was the first beer I ever had, and I was like, this is terrible.
Terrible.
And
Yeah, the first beer so the beer my dad let me try was Stroh's.
Oh, good Lord! Hold on, back up. They got a 60. Look at that tankard of that Little King's, the 64-ounce one.
where
It's center right there. Boom! Look at that.
Oh, it's
it's like a 2-liter.
Good Lord!
it's what do you call that? It's a
It's a 2-liter.
no
That's a quart.
no what's it called? It's called a growler.
I guess
It's a growler.
Well,
That's
yeah,
a 64-ounce growler.
of Little King's Cream Ale. Yeah, you can find
Yeah,
it here
man.
locally. I'm tempted to get it.
Is it good?
I haven't had it since then.
I bet it's a lightweight
Yeah, I bet you.
lager.
I bet you it's not as bad as
It looks like
your,
it won an
the
award.
memory you have of it.
It's been around for, again, a really long time, and it was big where I grew up. See, there's Cincinnati right there. That bridge behind is a Cincinnati bridge. So it was, I don't know if it's made there or if it's a regional beer or anything like that. And
I think those turquoise
there.
aqua fingernails
see,
really do
look at the
justice.
size of that.
What's that all
seven
about?
fluid ounces.
It's a contrast. It's just
It really
It
is.
says 7.5 fluid ounces, right? That's a small one.
Well, I hope it's cheaper.
wow. So what do they say by a woman holding this 7-ounce bottle? Is that designed for women?
I don't know.
That's
It's a-
racist.
Oh,
It's
so-
a sissy beer.
So maybe I'll pick up a 6-pack Hewdy Delight. That was the other one.
I pick up a 6-pack of the 64-ouncers.
Hewdy Delight. Blatz. That was another one. Those are all Cincinnati beers.
Oh God.
So I guess I don't know if Little King's is made there or not. Where's it made?
Brewed.
Or brewed or whatever.
It's good to be king.
Little Kings. Yeah, I mean now you have to pick that up at Total Wine, and we have to try it.
Yeah. Visit the tavern Trove soon.
Cincinnati.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. That explains it.
So maybe that's why it was, because it was everywhere in every little convenience store, pony keg,
Sure.
everywhere. So that's what we got. And yeah, Hudipole Schoenlein. That's who makes it. Shit.
Yeah.
And I haven't had it since then, and because it was just so terrible.
Yeah.
Paul, what was your first beer?
My dad let me try Stroh's.
Equally as bad, I'm sure.
Oh.
But it was a light beer, and I've always been a fan of light beers. But I tell you what, when I went to a party, like my first high school party, that I drank at, and it was a Budweiser, just like the
And you're like, God, this is
The-
thick.
the white can with
It's
the
like
red
thick,
lettering.
Thick
It
urine.
was disgusting. I couldn't finish it.
Yeah.
I couldn't finish it, and then I became
Which
became
one was it? Was it in the 80s?
what
The
Budweiser?
Strohs.
Yeah, Stroh's would have been
Excuse me.
early 80s. Well, like 84, 85. I was like 14 or 15. My dad let me try some of his Stroh's beer. It was good. It was that gold can. No, not the blue one, but the gold can up in the upper right.
Oh,
There you
yeah.
go.
Yep.
Yeah.
How many of you had a beer can collection growing up?
No,
I did.
never did.
That was big. Again, maybe it was a local thing, but I had a beer can collection. I probably wasn't really much. It was like 50 different cans.
Yeah.
And I was like,
different style, different.
yeah, Stroh's was one of them.
Yeah.
And there's some really unique ones in there. And I don't know, I was probably 15 when I was doing it. I have no idea where I got them.
Oh, you didn't drink them?
No, I didn't drink them. So I was like, I
that's
don't
funny.
remember where the hell I got them. I wonder if
You went through the neighbor's trash cans?
yeah, possibly. I don't know. We found some hustlers that way.
Wow.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You were going through neighbor's trash.
What?
It wasn't
Okay.
me that went through it. It was some kids in the neighborhood went through it, and of course, word spread.
Sure.
And next thing you know, there's 3 hustler
Sure.
mags, and we're huddled around in the woods behind the house.
You
flipping
know,
through
you
it.
were in your neighbor's garbage can trying to collect your friend's mother's toenails clippings.
Is that what it was?
That was fairly specific. I think you did that.
No,
Yeah.
I saw that on a show. I was trying to think which show that was.
What the
That was
hell?
a Family Guy. That was Quagmire. He did that.
God, yeah.
He would collect Lois's fingernail or toenail clippings.
Oh my
It's
God.
so we found some hustlers that way, and I remember in high school we had a newspaper
That's so gross.
drive
That
where
is gross. Were they like all crusty and the pages were all stuck together?
I don't know, I
Good
don't remember,
God.
but I remember us flipping through it and going, "Ooh, look at
That's
that!"
when some wife said, "What the hell do you have these for?" "Oh, I've just had them from since college. Get rid of them."
And they're like from last
It
month.
is so crazy.
Last month.
Yeah,
I mean, I tell you, I don't know where the Hustler, Playboy, Penthouse magazine program has gone. If I know
Well,
Playboy,
Playboy doesn't do all nude anymore. It's all
it's different now.
it's not nude at all. They
it's
decided
like a
to go.
man's,
It's
like a
weird.
GQ-ish type thing. And it's a men's
was
magazine.
this after Hefner died,
Yes,
or even before?
it's
Yeah, it
after.
wasn't that long ago. I want to say it was within 2 years.
I think they still have models, but they're not nude.
Oh, dude.
Are they nude?
Yeah.
I just saw a little splash on there about YouTube has extended Trump's suspension.
There you go.
They already said they were going to.
Yeah, so they have pictures like that now, just busty women in clothing.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
But I remember there was a time in high school where we were doing a newspaper drive to where you'd everyone bring up their old magazines and newspapers.
And someone dropped off a bunch of Playboy mags.
They did, and there
As
was
a joke,
It was a big.
obviously.
No, it was a big
So
semi
Jeff was
trailer.
like, "I'll take care of this."
It was a big semi trailer, and the people just come through and throw it, and then of course you would take it to the recycle bin, and you'd get a charity. It was for the something in the high school where you get credit or something like that for being charitable.
So it was a recycling drive.
So it was a recycling drive, and it was newspapers specifically and magazines. And I remember, I think me and my buddies were in charge of manning it for the
What was that
hour.
noise?
That was my.
Oh, I hear it again.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so we get up there and we started, kind of throwing them to kind of organize it,
yeah.
and we uncover the mother lode of just porno mags.
And so those didn't make it to the recycle.
Oh no,
bin?
they made it to the back of our car.
Good
Um,
God.
You bunch of juveniles.
It was. Well, we were again 15,
Of course.
16.
That is,
and all of a
that's
sudden-
the height of wanting those kind
All
of
of a sudden
magazines.
there's 30 mags, and you with your 5 buddies, and you're trying to negotiate who gets what.
All right. Yeah,
Right. I don't want busties. I want the Latino doll or whatever, right? So you're negotiating and trading, and as a
So, and I guess the internet killed all of that.
Yeah, that's
It
what I'm thinking.
completely
yeah.
killed all of that.
I'm sure it did.
Because porn and this is sad, but porn is like so readily accessible for all ages, right? I mean, you got freaking 9 and 10-year-olds that can look up anything they could possibly want. Hell, I remember we were looking up legit images for like the students, for my kids' a project at school. I mean, they'd be like 8, 9, 10 years old, and we would be looking up pictures, and out of like 100 pictures, there'd be some porn picture or some nude picture. I'd be like, damn, sorry, son, and he'd be like looking at it crazy, and I was like kind of quickly, getting ready to the screen, It's so frustrating how totally
Well,
crazy accessible it all is.
Well, Google has tried to correct those kind of things.
yeah, but
The only thing that you find them on mostly are like people they want to slander, like Trump's wife, and any kind of Republican.
I think most of even those have been scrubbed. But yeah, there's so many good fakes out there now.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah, it is. For one thing. All right, you're like, yeah, I know she wouldn't do that kind of a thing. But
she's a good girl.
But it looks well done.
Mm-hmm.
You
Oh
know,
yeah,
the-
they call
the
them what? Deep fakes.
Yeah, the deep fakes. And
I mean, it's even in video, like video or pictures or anything, right?
yeah, well, now they can do videos. Yeah, where you can basically make a person say whatever they want, and it looks real. Have you seen the footage where? Gosh, I can't remember the actor. He was like interviewing on Conan or something like that, and his face kept changing to Tom Cruise, and it looked real.
God.
It looked like Tom Cruise was
do
sitting
you-
there talking.
So I remember there being some debate about the future of filming and movies, and I'm talking way into the future. But now they can create I mean, they're not quite there in terms of making like animated movies, look completely real.
No,
But
not
at
yet.
some point they will. So then at that point, you don't even need human actors anymore.
They're really good at it. Like even what is that Star Wars Mandalorian?
Yeah, I haven't watched that yet, but it's pretty good. I mean,
I
It
enjoy-
is. It's
I
very
enjoy
good.
it.
But they bring a character back. I'm not going to tell you. They bring a character back. It's well done, but they haven't figured the eyes out yet. The eyes still look wrong.
To me, it's I don't know about the eyes, but to me, it's human movement. They can't seem to get that down perfectly.
Well, I think
I
what
don't
they've
know.
done is they're using a real actor and they've replaced the face with a computer face.
Right.
So it's actually so they have all these little probably dots over his face.
Exactly.
So it's an actor moving and doing everything, but the face has been replaced. And I know what you're talking about, and it's good, but it looks like a video game quality, right?
Mhm,
The cut scenes and
But I think that's what they're going for.
the eye. No,
But it's getting better and
it's
better.
getting better, but it's still not there. It's the eyes they haven't figured out yet. It's still kind of
So
weird.
it
looking.
does. It makes me wonder. I mean, and I'm talking. I don't know how many years from now, right? But at some point, you won't need human actors anymore.
Well, I think you will, because if you're going to say I'm going to have Tom Cruise in the new Mission Impossible, but he's now 70 years old, right? You just get a young guy to play the body part, doing all the action and movement and everything. You replace it with a young Tom Cruise's face. You have a computer that can change the voice so it sounds like Tom Cruise. Done. It looks like Tom Cruise. I think that's where it's going to be at some point. They're not there yet, but I think that's where it's going. It's close.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I mean, have you seen the latest Planet of the Apes that came out a couple years ago?
Well, that's another thing that grinded my gears.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Planet of the Apes?
No, the comment when Rosie, who's the actress that made that comment about that one lady looking like Planet of the Apes actress?
Oh, that was
Valerie Jarrett.
Roseanne.
Roseanne.
That looked like and Valerie.
She did look like her.
Valerie Jarrett. Right?
If you look at her haircut and the way
It-
she looks
they
side by side,
destroyed her.
You're going to get canceled.
I'm telling you, they looked. It's uncanny.
Yeah.
It's uncanny.
And they destroyed her entire career.
They did. But
Took
you know
away
what?
took away her reboot show.
Which is still on.
Still on. I'm amazed. I'm actually disappointed. I was hoping that like people would be like kind of support Rosie O'Donnell. I mean, sorry.
Well, what kind of
What's her name?
what kind of
Sorry.
Roseanne
Yeah,
Barr?
Roseanne Barr.
Roseanne Barr, yeah.
I was hoping they would support her and the show would just kind of quietly die.
But
Well, it
what's
is.
the viewership though?
Yeah, it's
Or is this
dying.
ABC going? I want to put it on regardless of what we're going to
Regardless of how poorly it's doing.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because
to make a
we're,
point.
we're not going to let her win.
Correct.
Yeah.
That might be the case. We quit watching. I was watching the show
Yeah,
until
we watched it that
until
first
she
season.
was gone.
Yeah, we watched it that first season. It was but once she was gone, I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I wonder if some of these other shows are taking hits. Like, what about Fox News? I don't watch Fox News. In
Fox
fact,
News is taking a huge hit right now.
I don't.
They have fallen behind MSNBC and CNN in certain segments.
And they're rearranging their lineup. Like Martha McCallum is no longer at evening; she is like midday.
I actually like her. I think she's pretty.
Well, I think they
when she
moved her.
interviews people, she's pretty tough.
Well, I think they moved her to make their afternoons stronger.
Is that what that was?
I think that's what it was because I think the Newsmax guy is it Greg Kelly?
Yeah, I've watched him. He is over the top.
He is, but
I like him.
He's good. I've watched him as well. I've started.
He is not afraid to like just say everybody on that on that
Well,
channel.
he even says he goes, "I'm an opinion." He admits it. He goes, "I'm an opinion reporter. I'm not reporting the news. I'm going to give you my opinion."
yeah. Well, I mean that's what
He's up front,
all these pundits are opinion.
but they don't admit it.
I know that.
You know, he admits it.
Like
He
who are
g-
these idiots? Like Don Lemon or whatever his
he's
name
a-
is. He's in.
So sick of it.
It's all about opinion.
Yeah.
All about opinion.
Yeah, but
Every
So,
single
if they
Jen
admitted it-
Tapper,
It's definitely impacted my mornings. I mean, that used to be it's impacted my whole day. I mean, because I would take small sections of the day and I would watch the news.
you watch Fox News.
Yeah.
I'd watch the Five.
And
You know,
it's
religiously.
still on, but you're boycotting the channel, the station.
I haven't watched it since election night.
I haven't either.
I haven't either. I
watched it every single night.
I'm not. Yeah, I haven't watched it, and I don't think I'll
Damn.
go back to it.
Well, and it's showing. It's showing because Newsmax has catastrophically risen in the ratings.
Yep. And I've downloaded the
But,
Newsmax app,
you
and
know,
I'm watching it.
It's
Yeah, I do.
funny that
I do too.
Do you know? And Jeff, you may have shared this. I don't know. I heard from somewhere that the Clintons actually are one of the original folks that started up Newsmax, and I don't know if they're still involved in that or
Oh,
not.
I haven't heard that.
Yeah, I would be shocked
Yeah.
That they
because it's so ridiculously like non-liberal.
It's the opposite CNN.
Absolutely.
well,
You know the biggest reason why I bailed on Fox News and probably will never go back is that the one jackass, Chris Matthews.
was he talking about the
He's
speaker,
He's with Fox again, isn't he? So I
Not
saw
Chris
him.
Matthews. Sorry, not Chris.
Secretary
Who
of?
am I thinking of, guys?
Staff.
The guy that like
Chris Wallace.
Chris Wallace.
Oh yeah, he's another
Motherfucker.
one.
Well, I think he's back
I'm
because
done
I
with
saw
him.
an article where he was interviewing. God, who was he interviewing?
Who are you talking about?
Chris Wallace.
Yeah, he's a dick.
Is he still with Fox?
Yeah.
Fuck Chris.
I thought he
Wallace.
got completely let go. Or did
no,
he-
there
or
is
did he-
somebody.
Or did he lose his show?
There's one dude that went over to CNN and was ashamed of his former Fox News.
Who was that?
Yeah, is recent. He said, "I don't know how they live with themselves."
Who's the press secretary? The McKinney or McCap?
Kaylee.
Yeah, I know who you're talking
Kaylee
about.
McEnany.
Yeah, that one. So she was talking about. Hold on, what is that? I'll put that back on there, producer. Oh, you just killed it. He was talking about the Newsmax and Clinton Foundation, if that was true.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So that is true.
No, it doesn't say that. It just says
know.
hot topics, blah blah blah. But no, that has nothing to do with it.
All right.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that announcer that was interviewing with McEnany, she was talking about the fraud of the Dominion.
Brent Baer.
It wasn't Brett Baer. It was
No, it was the Neil Cavuto.
yeah. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, it was him. What a piece of shit.
He is a piece of shit.
That was
Is he the one that went to CNN?
that
No.
was strike one. And
I don't. You know what? I don't. Look that up for us. Look up Fox News
Anchor.
anchor moved to CNN.
They couldn't find a better picture than that.
I
Trump?
think it's Brett Baer.
I don't think so, but I don't know. I haven't watched it. Fellow Army veteran Parnell defends no.
No, that won't help us.
No, go to all.
Yeah, because it just I was about to say it about Fox News anchor about to move to CNN. Is that him right there?
No,
I don't know.
I'm looking, but yeah, nothing's jumping out at me. But it's a big name.
Well, actually, go to images. Maybe that might help.
Oh, it's probably her.
No, it's a guy.
It's oh god.
All right.
Oh, Andrea Mitchell.
Oh God.
Man,
Hey, when are we? When
Good.
is wrap up of first episode?
We got another 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Okay.
yeah.
And I don't want to beat the political horse to death too much, but Sean, download the Newsmax app. It's free.
I got it.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
watch
gonna
that.
say, I'd be surprised if you haven't already done that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'll tell you, it gives me no pleasure to not watch the news, but
Start watching
am-
Newsmax.
I am disgusted. I am disgusted.
I'm trying to take a break from it because it's making me nauseous.
I'm disgusted with it. I don't
Yeah.
want to see any of it because every time I see Joe Biden's face on there, I'm just thinking this is a fucking joke.
Yeah.
It's an absolute rip-off of the United States citizens.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
know.
rip-off.
Yeah.
He stole it. And you know what? I would gladly. But here's the thing: I'm not out there burning down villages. I'm not out there killing people. I'm not out there taking away people's businesses and showing my anger that way.
Right.
I'm doing the right thing, and I'm taking a back seat.
I just can't stand.
licking my wounds and trying to figure out how we can make.
I
this
just
thing
can't get
better.
over the ongoing lies, more lies. I
so
mean,
sick of it.
all of it. It's all
And,
full of
it
shit.
all falls back to the same thing. You know, we can correct all this shit with
Term limits.
term limits.
And guess who submitted legislation for term limits today?
Who?
Ted Cruz.
Ted Cruz.
Freaking stud, man. They hate him up there, and they hate him because he won't play their game.
That's why they hated
Good.
Trump.
I know. That's exactly why.
And just so like that Josh Hawley guy in Missouri, they want him out as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a stud. I hope he may. I'm hoping he's our next president. We'll see what happens.
He's really, really smart.
He is super smart.
I think.
And he is ultra conservative, and he has amazing principles, man.
I think he
I
comes.
mean, what senator do you know would submit legislation to limit
Does he look
their
like
own
him?
power?
Well, him because he
He's
can get
stud.
a job outside of politics.
All of them can.
Well,
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say that necessarily. Yeah, they can all get jobs, but he can. He's really well.
he can become a judge.
Yeah, he can.
I listened to his podcast during the impeachment, the first impeachment. He's
Was it as good as ours?
No, he sucked. I
Any-
mean,
any laughter?
that's when I realized we are going to be superstars,
We're better than Ted Cruz.
better than Ted Cruz. Dudes like us, better than Ted Cruz. Don't count on that being our
Right.
our
tagline.
tagline.
Yeah.
No,
Any-
I'm super impressed with him, and you know, and the media shades him just like they do anybody else that's considered a threat.
Yep.
But thanks, Mr. Producer. Anyway, there are some studs out there still. I mean, I haven't lost all faith in the integrity of politicians that are out there. But man, I get tired of the lies. It's crazy. And this impeachment thing that's going on right now,
It was a joke.
you cannot impeach somebody that's not in office.
Well, I think Biden's even given up
Ridiculous.
on it because he said, he goes, yeah,
It's a joke.
there's not enough votes. So he's kind of distanced himself from it from what I read.
And you know what's interesting? It's usually when a president takes over, especially in an emotionally charged election like that, right? They talk about how important it is to like set the agenda for the first 100 days and
yeah.
like and you know and
He hasn't done any of that.
well, I think that for the first 100 days, how many of the first 100 days are they going to be dealing with this impeachment thing?
Dealing with Trump.
I mean, unbelievable. I mean, that would be if I'm Trump and I got, you know, I didn't get elected, right? You know, and you can throw out the fraud stuff, but I would want them talking about me. You know
They
what I
are-
mean?
they
They're
are-
going to talk about Trump for the first 40 days of
If not
Biden's
longer. They may talk
presidency.
about him through the entire term.
Yeah. I mean, but the only reason why they're doing this is they're trying to keep it somehow. I don't even know how it makes it impossible, but apparently they're trying to make it so that he cannot run for president again.
But they're afraid of him.
It's too late.
Can they do that even if he gets impeached again?
No. Well, actually, why? What is the rule?
I don't know.
If you are impeached and you are thrown out of office, which he's not even in office anymore, does that keep you from running again? I bet you it does.
But what if
So they are hoping that there's going to be enough senators that go along with this
there's not?
to keep him from running, to throw him out of office.
It's
I don't think-
2/3.
I don't
Dude.
think there is.
It's unconstitutional. He's not in office.
Right.
I don't understand how this even passes the smell test. And it's certainly a waste of America's time.
It is. And did
We have
you-
bigger things to worry about.
And I was at the gym.
2/3.
I was at the gym yesterday, and you know,
takes 2/3 of
it's
the
like
Senate.
the death march of from at Baton with them carrying the articles of impeachment to the Senate.
Oh
It's a damn
God!
joke.
And
It's a damn joke.
And I was like, really? And they're all somber, and just like,
And
Yeah.
and this is my favorite part. And it breaks my heart to have to do this.
Oh,
but
by
it's
the way,
something that must be
No,
done.
it's not.
I've got my box of what is it? Those
Pens.
fucking pens with me.
yeah.
They monogrammed them or whatever.
And you know, it was a racket just to go. I want to be the one to walk it. I want to be the one to walk it. They probably fought over it.
It's so ridiculous.
And you know, behind closed doors, are like,
You know
we're
what's
gonna
crazy?
fucking stick it to the man.
Is
Totally.
that I remember in the early '80s, and I was living in Eatontown, New Jersey, and this was on Fort Monmouth. My dad was stationed there. My dad was in a signal battalion, and they had it's one of the big training places that they train. Anyways, they have a huge fields behind their house where they do a bunch of training shit for signal battalion shit.
Like
Okay.
farmers and stuff.
Huh?
like live fire training.
What are they training?
Did you ever run around in the field while they were blowing up
They
shit?
did a lot of
Like
of
mortar?
athletics training. So in the morning you'd be like, hey yo, huh, huh, military, 1, 2, 3, 4, DJ, but oh my God, there'd be, and I'm not exaggerating, there would be 1,000 soldiers on that field doing calisthenics in the morning.
Oh wow.
In short shorts, I'm sure.
Oh, so
Go
you were,
fast stripes.
so you were
socks.
glued to your window.
Oh, I was out there.
So like the nut sack was hanging and everything.
I remember I would play the Pink Floyd, The Final Cut. They've got one song, track 1. I'm sorry, track 1 on the second side.
What?
And they would have a missile that shoots. And I put the speaker out the window and I play it so loud, thinking that they would dive, you know? And
Are you serious?
I did.
You're an
Yeah.
idiot.
I was.
Next thing you
Still
know, you're
am.
surrounded by like
How old
Army.
were you?
Fuck, I don't know. 10, 11, 12,
Oh my
ish,
God.
13,
So
14,
you were
15.
just busting people's balls from a very early
But
age.
you know, it probably only went like 100 feet before the sound dissipated.
So around, but so our house, so Eatontown, Fort Monmouth, is so close to the ocean. I mean, it's a couple miles from the ocean.
You go fishing.
So it literally opens up. There's a mouth that comes in,
Monmouth.
and yeah, there you go. I didn't think about that, but there's it comes in, and they got these little creeks that come off of that, and then
Okay.
and they're seawater though. And it went
Sharks?
right into the behind our houses in the development.
Do you have like
and so-
great whites in your
No,
Development?
they
They
didn't
were
have
everywhere.
anything like that. In fact, I don't know if I say the freshwater. That's kind of weird. But-
orcas?
What do they call it? They call it brackish.
So they had
When it mixes when salt water and fresh water mix right there on the coast through the tributaries and
yeah.
stuff. I think they call it brackish, don't they?
Well,
Brackish.
so there
Give-
was
you have bull sharks?
there was a lot of
There's
there
no
was a lot of
sharks.
bushes, trees right by where that creek was at, and so we would go down there. We would skip school, and we would
Barracudas?
hang. No, they didn't have anything like that.
Octopi.
And I would take some. I'd go down because they had basements there, and I would take some of my dad's military clothes. And I remember he would have like when he would have to go in the field, he would have these specific. He had all kinds, and I took out some like these waders. And I don't remember which bag I pulled them out of. In fact, he's probably going to hear this and shoot me when he finds out. That was you son of a bitch.
Probably.
So we go out.
I think he could assume it was you back then.
Well, it could have been my brother too. He was an asshole, just like me. So we
Great.
would go out there and we go out there. We'd make these little boats out of crates and styrofoam. And I'm not joking. They would have like because on the other side of the creek was a commissary,
Okay.
and they would have these deliveries, and they would have all the styrofoam laying around. Like
So what are you saying? You made a makeshift raft,
that's exactly what I'm saying.
and
So-
you would float around in these little brackish
Yes, and we would-
tributaries.
In this, but this little creek was about 30 yards wide, but it was a couple miles long, and we would like go up and down the creek, pulling each other around, and we go fishing. And I remember,
That sounds kind of fun.
Did they have Architeuthis?
what the hell is that?
Oh, that's a very prominent brackish seawater fish.
That's the
Can you turn off his mic now? I'm
it's a
tired
long-
of his
the
examples
long
of
peckered
of
brackish.
shit to bring.
that is the giant squid.
Yeah, did they have the
So,
The
I remember
the
there was
Architeuthis.
a-
long-tailed spotted pike?
There was a very narrow part of one of the branches of the little creeks that went off, and there was like this 10-foot 2x16 that was stretched across. And I remember we'd take our fishing pole and we'd sit on that little 2x16.
Mhm.
And I remember I dropped the little lure in there, and I saw this humongous.
long-tailed spotted pike.
It was a giant squid.
It was a huge.
Architeuthis.
It was
An Architeuthis
was
a
a-
gigantic squid.
It was a catfish, and it was
You were noodling.
tremendous. No,
Did you dive on it?
I did not. It crawled. It just went
It
right
crawled.
by me. and I-
Crawled.
It was a
And I had
It was
coelacanth.
an
my-
amphibian.
I
It was a
had
coelacanth.
a lure.
Oh,
I didn't
dude,
have
I haven't
a
heard one of
worm.
those in a while.
I had a lure, and I was just sitting there, and I was taunting it. And so, but it didn't do anything. It just went right by it, and I was like, "What the hell's up with that bastard?" It didn't even go for it. Just fucking with me.
How big
And
was
then
it?
all of a sudden, this huge snapping turtle was at least like 2 foot wide. It was like a tortoise. It came right by, or coming after that catfish.
You
Yeah,
went after the catfish?
It was going after the catfish. Catfish was in the front, turtle was behind. And I was like, that changed everything because I was kind of like, I didn't realize those turtles were that big because I was swimming in there.
Oh yeah, those things will take a frickin' foot off.
Yeah,
Those things
well,
get big.
one of those snapping turtles bit a boy's big toe clean off while we were living there.
Oh yeah.
Bit his fucking big toe off.
Dude.
Tunk, tunk, gone.
Dude, did he get it back and reattach it?
Did they gut it? Did they gut it?
I don't think so.
Did they hang it up, gut it?
I think it's
look
one
for
of
his
those things
toe.
they just
He got the
accepted it.
toe.
It's partially
And then they
digested.
found 7 fingers, 4
No,
thumbs.
what they did is they surgically
And a small
removed
child.
they removed a
And
thumb.
what?
They removed his thumb and put it down on his big toe to replace it.
I would rather have my thumb than my.
No, they did not. That
frickin'
makes no sense at
toe.
all.
So
Of
while
course, thumbs are way more
while,
important
while
than
we
big
were
toes.
out there, while we were out
I would
there,
say moving the big toe onto
there
the
we
thumb.
found a cooler because we would go fishing, and evidently a lot of people went fishing out there.
Was there a head in it?
No, I didn't get head while I was out there.
No, was there a decapitated head?
You
in
did
it?
Oh
what?
no.
You did what out there?
There was about a 12 pack of or 2 6-packs of big mouth Mickeys.
Dude, there's another nasty one.
You were drinking beer,
I drank that beer because
but you were 10 years old.
I was a youngster, but they were the big mouth Mickeys. We pull it off. It's the first time I ever had a beer.
It's a big opening.
Dude, I drank it and it went down and it was
Doesn't- it
warm.
Doesn't make that
It was
noise.
warm. It wasn't
Right.
cold. It was warm. But I didn't have
Oh,
beer.
Gross.
I didn't get it. But actually, it wasn't gross.
That's gross. Warm beer is disgusting.
All right, I'll buy the Little Kings. You get the Mickey's Big Mouth.
And
I'm
make sure
just
they're
saying,
warm.
But I
Do
tell you
not
what,
put them in the fridge.
we drank. I drank 2 of them, and there was 2 of my other friends, and they had a couple of them.
He had them up there a second
With
ago.
a big mouth
Mickey's
Mickeys.
Big Mouth.
Well, they just had a big mouth. I mean, they
it was another green bottle, from what I remember. There it is. Yeah, that's it right
but
there.
That's
There it
not okay. Down
It's malt liquor.
to the right, no, up. That picture with the left of 2. One more right there. Click that one. That's where it was. Where they call those the big mouth Mickeys. It was not a twist cap. It was a pull tab. And when you pull that tab off, it just opened up. Bless you. It just opened. So, anyways, we used to like slamming soda pops and stuff. Excuse me. But now,
that's a Miller beer.
Good stuff.
yeah. But I tell you what, you drank that. Oh man, I was hammered. I had such a
You were
great time down
10.
there.
You weighed like 80 pounds.
I think I was like 12.
12
Okay,
years old.
85
I was between
pounds.
12 to 15.
Drunk as a 12-year-old?
I wasn't
Being
drunk.
attacked by
Well, you
snapper,
just said
snapper turtles?
Yeah,
diving on
those custom-
catfish.
Did not dive on those catfish, but I tell you what, I did. I did swim in that. That was very alarming.
Did you swim in it after that?
No, I absolutely did not. But I tell you what, we did do, which was fantastical. Was we ended up acquiring?
Was it fabulous?
It was better than fabulous. Is
There we go.
acquired
We have to go
some
through every
bottle
podcast with one
rockets.
fabulous from
We-
Jeff.
we acquired some bottle rockets, and I was like, wow, this is fucking cool. So we ended up taking the bottle rocket and we shot it, put it in a
At
bottle,
the turtle?
and we shot it in the water.
Into the water.
Oh yeah, I've done
Shot
that.
it in the water.
It can't explode, though.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
goes
No way.
It does.
Sure it does. Yeah.
How does the water not put out the wick?
Because it's shooting out, so the water never goes in to put the flame
Oh,
out.
okay. So, I see.
That's not a firecracker; it's a bottle rocket. So it
Yeah.
shoots in there.
So it was crazy. So you shoot it in the water, and you don't hear anything, and all of a sudden you see a little fish.
No, you do not.
I swear to God,
Dude, that's kind of cool.
Some people
it
fish
was
like
very
that.
cool.
You
Man.
could fish by dynamite.
It's not legal.
It's not, but you could do it.
All right. Well,
All right. Well, welcome. Thank
That's-
you for enduring the pre-show.
It's pre-bourbon. Is that what that means?
pre-show.
Well, I haven't finished my bourbon.
I know.
I just finished
slacker.
mine.
Oh, really? I
Mine's
still
wa-
have a full bourbon.
Well,
This is the way it should be.
you need to imbibe on that.
What?
All right. So, are we wrapping up the first part?
Yes, we are.
We need a part something part deux. We need a French. What's part 1 in French, Mr. Producer?
Oh,
Okay, you have to say it like that. Wow. Never mind.
That's not how the French
I
people
don't know
say
what the hell just happened. But I got Sean hawking a loogie on his mic. Okay. Well, hey, thanks for joining us. We're wrapping up the first part of our episode series.
Yes.
All right.
Back for part 2 here in about I don't know, for you instantly.
Instantly.
Yes.
All right, bye.
Bye.